So this is a piece of one of the stories. So you're just gonna have to follow along. There's no description, no setup, no exposition. So just go with me. So Bobby and Sweat Drops were playing in one pocket. One pocket is a quiet game of pool. Frisco was playing fast and loose, shuck and jive, pop, pop, pop. Sweat Drops studied every shot. The sleeves of his white shirt were rolled up, revealing a crude tattoo with the Star of David. Sweats was a proud Jew. They were in that zone where miraculous shots were made, one after another, and I watched from the table away. Almost after an hour, Bobby was into Sweat Drops for half a G. The sign on the wall read, "No gambling, no alcohol, no children, no fighting." But that's what we did in Guys and Dolls. Bobby kept rubbing his raw, coked out nose with the back of his hand. His pupils were pinheads in his hazel eyes. Rivulets of perspiration meandered down his cheeks. Sweat's stubby fingers wrapped around the shank of his pool cue, eyeballing the winning shot that would leave young Bobby Frisco busted broke. Bobby did a little attic shuffle directly in front of the middle-aged convict's eyeline. Sweats backed away from the table and just stood there waiting. And then Bobby bopped and weaved around the table until he was nose to nose with Sweats. "Old man, do I make you nervous?" I wasn't the only one watching. Half a dozen other degenerates were watching as well. Bobby pointed his cue stick at Sweats. "You don't scare me, Mr. Badass fucking convict that just took it up the ass once too many times." Bobby looked at all of us. Sweats blinked from the perspiration that dripped into his eye. Sweats inhaled and exhaled slowly, his dry, parted lips as if in prayer, maybe an anger management technique. Whatever he was doing, it wasn't working. Sweats took a really deep breath and then said, with as much calm as he could muster, "It's over, I'm done." As Sweats turned away, I noticed a red crimson baby heart tattooed on the back of his thick leather neck. Bobby snapped back, "I don't think so, old man," and stuck his cue stick underneath the shoulder of the man that had spent the better part of his life incarcerated. And now with martial arts speed, the fat man grabbed the cue with his left hand, and with his right hand, Sweats had the barrel of the .38 an inch from Bobby's left eye, and all the blood left Bobby's face. "Don't," I heard myself scream, and then that .38 was being pointed right at me. Everyone in the entire pool hit the floor, but their eyes stayed glued to the man with the gun pointed at me. "It's me," I mumbled to Sweats. Sweats looked at me and he recognized me, and then he trained his gun back at Frisco. And in that very moment, the course of events took a bizarre and unexpected turn. It was clear on Abe's face that he had turned from predator into prey. The realization dawned on Sweat's face that he was about to commit homicide in the presence of at least 20 eyewitnesses. And in a flash, Bobby was hit to the predicament that Sweats found himself in. "What now?" Bobby asked with that cheek-to-cheek, sarcastic, dope smile. Sweats just stood there, stricken with stage fright. Bobby coughed up a wad of spit. "I'm thinking, Bobby, don't do it." And then he let loose, spit that wad right in Sweats' eye. And Sweats just stood there, losing control, and Bobby stood there, and Sweats' face was stuck there as the load stripped down his face like a porn star. Even the memory is vile. Bobby noticed the gun shaking out, and so did we all. And then Sweats slowly lowered the gun, and Bobby pinched Sweats' nose and rifled through the pockets of his linen pants until he found the cash. Sweats punched Frisco and then started running. And now the bloody-faced Frisco picked up the bills from the table and hurled them like a pitcher in a baseball game at the fleeing sweat drops. Sweats headed out to the exit, with Frisco madly in pursuit. He made it halfway down the front steps of the pool room, then tripped, and Bobby screamed from the top of the steps, "Run, you chicken shit, faggot, kite Jew, run." And then Bobby did a big wind up, and he hurled the last pool ball at Sweat Drops, who barely escaped through the glass entrance door as it fell to the floor, shattering. Framed in the remains of the door, Sweat Drop turned back and looked at all of us with Bobby in front of him. And Bobby grabbed his crotch and said, "Eat this, you fat bitch." Now, not wanting to be a witness, I slipped out the back door, down the metal stairs to the alley below, and my eyes burned. The doors and windows of the alley were all bolted shut, but filled with concrete, and I heard a rat inside a garbage can looking for his dinner. His nails scraping against the tin, a wave of nausea overcame me as I rode the elevator up to my apartment. Watching the red numbers turn, I felt a little better. I was glad that Sweats didn't shoot Frisco, and glad they didn't shoot me.
Thank you.